Look, let's cut through the noise when it comes to 9mm pistols. Forget the never-ending internet arguments about so-called stopping power. I pulled real sales numbers from thousands of gun counters all across America. And those numbers tell the story of which handguns are actually driving the concealed carry market, the duty pistol market, and even the competition world in 2025. This isn't theory. This is what shooters are spending their hard-earned money on. And some of the rankings might surprise you. The 9mm has become the backbone of the modern handgun world. But the reasons people pick one pistol over another are shifting fast. It's not about hype or brand slogans anymore. The guns leaving the shelves today prove what really matters: reliability, shootability, and value that holds up in the real world. So, let's break it down. Here are the top 7 9mm pistols shaping the handgun market right now. And number 1 is a curveball that proves the game has changed more than most shooters realize. Number 7. Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro. We kick it off with the pistol that led the micro-compact revolution. Springfield's Hellcat Pro didn't just chase the trend. It set the standard for what a small pistol could do without feeling like a compromise. The original Hellcat was a record setter, but for a lot of shooters, the ultra-small size made it tough to control. In 2022, Springfield fixed that with the Pro. They stretched the barrel and the grip just enough to make it shoot like a bigger gun, while still keeping it slim enough to disappear under a t-shirt. Capacity is where it really shines. 15+1 rounds of 9mm, inside a frame barely 1 inch wide. Not long ago, you only saw that kind of capacity in a full-size duty pistol. The grip texture gives you traction without chewing your hand raw. And the factory U-dot sights, with a tritium front post, are fast in daylight and visible in low light. They're so good, there's no rush to swap them out. Springfield also cuts the slide for optics right from the factory. No gunsmith bill, no extra milling. Just mount your red dot, load up, and carry. Pros: best-in-class capacity for a micro-compact. Excellent factory sights. Optics ready straight out of the box. Cons: recoil is still snappy. Better than the original Hellcat, but physics is physics with a lightweight frame. Trigger is safe and consistent, but don't expect a glass rod break. Price: you'll usually see it between $550 and $650, depending on the trim and optic options. For what you're getting, it's one of the strongest concealed carry values on the market right now. That covers capacity. Now let's shift to a pistol that wins on pure ergonomics. Number 6. Heckler and Koch VP9. When Heckler and Koch re-entered the striker-fired world in 2014, they couldn't just release another plastic pistol. Their entire reputation was built on hammer-fired workhorses like the USP and the P30. So when the VP9 hit shelves, it had to be flawless. And it was. To this day, the VP9 is the benchmark for striker-fired ergonomics. The grip system is the star. Not just interchangeable backstraps, but also swappable side panels. That gives you 27 possible grip combinations. You can tune it until it feels like a custom build molded for your hand. The trigger is another highlight. Light take-up. Smooth press. Short, clean reset that makes follow-up shots almost effortless. It's widely seen as one of the best factory striker triggers available. Heckler and Koch even built in subtle charging supports on the rear of the slide. Little tabs that make racking easier, especially for shooters with weaker grip strength. Pair that with a cold hammer-forged barrel, and you've got a pistol that's accurate, reliable, and easy to run under stress. Pros: unmatched grip customization with 27 fit options. Stock trigger that rivals aftermarket kits. Slide charging tabs for easier manipulation. Cons: price tag reflects German engineering. Aftermarket support is smaller than Glock, though it's improving. Price: expect it to run $750 to $900. Premium price, but quality that matches. Number 5. Walther PDP Compact. If the VP9 raised the bar for ergonomics, Walther's performance duty pistol, better known as the PDP, took that concept and bolted on a trigger worthy of a race gun. Released in 2021 as the evolution of the Walther PPQ, the PDP refined every feature shooters already loved. The grip is the first thing you'll notice, aggressive where it needs to be, locking your hand down under recoil, but not so rough that it eats skin during daily carry. Then there's the trigger. Walther gave the PDP a factory striker trigger that feels like it came out of a custom shop. Short take-up, sharp, crisp break that feels like snapping a glass rod, and a reset that's positive and fast. It's easily one of the best striker-fired triggers you can get right out of the box. Add in deep, easy-to-grab slide serrations, plus a frame designed from the ground up for pistol optics, and you've got a compact pistol that's pulling shooters away from long-established names. Pros: industry-leading trigger, optics ready by design, outstanding ergonomics. Cons: slightly higher bore axis gives a bit more muzzle rise for some shooters. Proprietary magazines can be harder to find compared to Glock or Smith & Wesson. Price: typically between $600 and $700. For the performance level, that's a strong value. Number 4. Smith & Wesson M&P9M 2.0 Compact. Back when Glock owned the compact pistol market, Smith & Wesson stepped in with the original M&P line in 2005. Over time, the M&P9M 2.0 Compact became the direct rival to the Glock 19, and in a lot of ways, it nails the formula. The biggest strength here is how it feels in the hand. The grip sits at an 18-degree angle, which many shooters find more natural than the Glock's sharper rake. Swappable backstraps let you fine-tune the fit, and the aggressive texture keeps it planted even during rapid fire. The trigger got a serious upgrade in the M 2.0. Clean break, tactile reset, confidence every time you press the shot. It's night and day compared to the mushy pull of the first generation. Smith & Wesson also built it tough. Durable finish. Reputation for running any 9mm ammo you throw in it. That reliability keeps it right near the top of this category. Pros: natural grip angle and excellent ergonomics. Aggressive texture locks the pistol in place. Vastly improved trigger compared to the original model. Strong value for the money. Cons: some shooters don't like the hinged trigger safety. Slightly bulkier than its Austrian rival, which matters for deep concealment. Price: most optics-ready versions fall between $500 and $650. One of the best dollar-for-dollar buys in this class. Number 3. Glock 19 Generation 5 MOS. No sugarcoating here. The Glock 19 is the single most influential handgun of the modern era. Since the day it launched, every compact pistol has been compared against it. Why? Reliability. The Glock 19 keeps running through mud, sand, water, and neglect. Tens of thousands of rounds, minimal cleaning, and it just refuses to quit. The Generation 5 MOS package brought it into the modern red dot world. Factory optics cut right out of the box. The Glock marksman barrel tightened accuracy, and the removal of finger grooves gave everyone a cleaner, more universal grip. It may not have the flash or the ergonomics of the latest polymer guns, but when law enforcement, armed citizens, and professionals need something that simply cannot fail, the Glock 19 still owns that role. Pros: legendary reliability, biggest aftermarket support in the handgun world, simple manual of arms. Cons: factory polymer sights are weak and usually replaced right away. The squared-off grip frame and Glock knuckle don't feel as comfortable as modern competitors. Price: usually runs $620 to $700, and it holds resale value better than almost anything else out there. Number 2. SIG Sauer P320X5 Legion. The P320 series made history by replacing the Beretta M9 in U.S. military service, and the X5 Legion is the crown jewel of that lineup. It's the model that takes striker-fired design and pushes it into true competition territory. The secret sauce is the grip module. SIG molds the polymer with tungsten powder, giving it the heft and balance of steel, while still keeping the modular system intact. That weight soaks up recoil and keeps the muzzle flat, but you can still swap slides, barrels, and calibers like any other P320. The flat-faced skeletonized trigger is tuned for speed, the 5-inch bull barrel delivers match-grade precision, and the extended magwell turns reloads into pure muscle memory. The slide is optics-ready for SIG's red dots, but can mount others as well, making this pistol a legit race gun right out of the case. Pros: tungsten-infused frame feels like steel while keeping modularity. exceptionally low recoil for a striker-fired gun. Fully modular fire control unit. Competition extras like magwell, bull barrel, and tuned trigger included. Cons: too heavy and bulky for daily concealed carry. High-end system with a steep cost. Price: $900 to $1,100. Expensive, but you're buying a purpose-built competition platform. Number 1. CZ Shadow 2. At the very top sits a legend in competition. The CZ Shadow 2, built off the proven CZ75 platform, is an all-steel handgun designed for one purpose: domination on the firing line. The heavy steel frame plants the pistol in your hand and soaks up recoil until a 9mm feels closer to a .22. The slide design rides inside the frame rails, dropping the bore axis low and almost erasing muzzle rise. The double-action, single-action trigger is the heart of this gun. In single action, the pull is featherlight and crisp, with a reset so short it feels instant. Add in thin aluminum grip panels, a deep beaver tail that lets you choke up high, and ergonomics that make the gun feel welded into your hands. The Shadow 2 is built for control, accuracy, and consistency at speed. Pros: steel frame with a super low bore axis makes recoil almost vanish. Single action trigger is one of the best in the business. Extreme accuracy and competition pedigree. Superb ergonomics with deep beaver tail and slim grip profile. Cons: too heavy and too large for everyday carry. Double action first shot takes training to master. Price: most models fall between $1,200 and $1,500, and for serious competition it's worth every penny. From the smallest micro-compact built for everyday carry to the steel heavyweight that rules the match circuit, these 7 9mm pistols define the handgun market in 2025. There is no single best gun. The right choice depends on the mission. Everyday carry, competition dominance, or just pure shooting enjoyment. So now it's your turn. Which 9mm do you trust with your life? Did your pistol make the cut, or did we leave it off? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us why you run the pistol you do. And if this breakdown helped, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. This is Gunsman Ballistics, where performance meets perspective.